Hold on to your uterus, ladies, and grab a coffee. This is going to take a few minutes. Kick-ass facts, wandering womb syndrome. Pew, 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 pew! Ancient Egypt, 1900 BCE. They identified the cause of hysterical disorders is spontaneous uterus movement within the female body. Ancient Greek physician Hippocrates wrote that the uterus was a problematic organ, and hysteria was described as a disease caused by women's wombs detaching from their usual position and just floating around the body, causing havoc in the brain, heart, and other organs. It was called wandering womb syndrome. For almost 4,000 years, hysteria was considered from two perspectives, scientific and demonological. It was cured with herbs, sex, or sex abstinence, punished and purified with fire for its association with sorcery, and finally, clinically studied as a disease and treated with some interesting therapies. The Eber Papyrus, dated 1600 BCE, is the oldest medical document, and it included therapeutic measures to be taken depending on the position of the uterus, which must be forced into its natural position. If the uterus had moved upwards, this could be done by placing malodorous substances near the woman's mouth and nostrils, while scented ones were placed near her vagina. It's like that Disney movie when they put a pie on the windowsill. If the uterus had lowered, the document recommends placing the acrid substances near the vagina and the perfumed ones near the mouth and nostrils. Gad fucking zooks. During the Victorian Age, 1837 to 1901, most women carried a bottle of smelling salts in their handbag. They were inclined to swoon when their emotions were aroused, and it was believed that, as postulated by Hippocrates, the wandering womb disliked pungent odor and would return to its place. Get back there! Allowing the woman to recover her consciousness. From 1600 BCE to 1900, they believed that nonsense. What would they do if they knew about scented candles? According to Greek mythology, the Argonaut Melampus, a physician, he placated the revolt of Argos virgins who refused to honor the phallus and fled to the mountains, their behavior being taken for madness. Melampus cured these women with hellebore and then urged them to join carnally with young and strong men. They were healed and recovered their wits. Melampus spoke of the woman's madness as derived from the uterus being poisoned by venomous humors due to lack of orgasms and uterine melancholy. I'm starting a band. I need to learn how to play an instrument so I can start a band called Uterine Melancholy. It's my favorite episode ever. The Euripides myth says that a collective way of curing melancholy of the uterus, I like someone who's efficient, was through wine and orgies. Soranus, I'm probably mispronouncing some shit, but I'm so excited about this, I can't even be bothered to look up a pronunciation key. Soranus, a Greek physician from around the 2nd century Common Era, is considered to be the founder of scientific gynecology and obstetrics. He said women disorders arise from the toils of procreation. Their recovery is encouraged by sexual abstinence, and perpetual virginity in women is an ideal condition. The hysterical body should be treated with care. Hot baths, massages, exercise are the best preventative of such women's diseases. From the 13th century onwards, the devil was everywhere and blamed for everything. Hysterical women were subjected to exorcism, because if a doctor couldn't diagnose their problem, it must be the devil. During the late 1800s through the early 1900s, physicians administered pelvic massages involving clitoral stimulation by early electronic vibrators as treatments for hysteria. This was not for pleasure. Doctors in the 18th to 20th century, and some men today, still believe that women did not experience and could not experience sexual desire or sexual pleasure unless they were a witch, and then they'd be burned alive. Doctors invented vibrators and dildos as medical treatment for hysterical and insane women. But if women chose to go downtown by themselves without a prescription, it was considered self-abuse and used to diagnose women with further psychiatric disorders. According to Havelock Ellis, physician and author of Psychology of Sex, a study estimated that in 1913, 75% of women suffered from female hysteria. Of course they did. Physicians diagnosed hysteria based on a long list of symptoms, including, put a finger down, ladies, headache, forgetfulness, irritability, insomnia, writing cramps, fucking carpal tunnel, hot flashes, excessive vaginal bleeding, heaviness in the limbs, usage of coarse language, severe cramping, difficulty breathing, desire for clitoral stimulation. You're out of your fucking mind if you want that. Hyperpromiscuity, mood swings, nausea, anxiety, drowsiness. I'm a little tired today. You're hysterical, is what you are, Margaret. Loss of appetite, aging, back pain, swollen feet, cancer, organ failure, endometriosis, heart disease, epileptic fits, that's what they used to call them, I know they're not called that now, and what are now known as the symptoms for depression, schizophrenia, and other psychological disorders. This is turning out to be longer than I thought. There's going to be a part 2. because I know we all lack the attention span to sit through a 10-minute video. I get it.